FB fam, good morning. I'm live. They're building an audience for me. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. As usual, I want to remind you guys about our Facebook page. Go on to our Facebook page, Get Me Through Wednesday's Facebook page. Like us. Be sure you share these videos with your friends, family, cohorts. And at the same time, we also have a YouTube channel where we're going to be building out this coming year with Bible studies, other talks, and also these Get Me Through videos. So as we work our way into starting out our lesson today, our Get Me Through Wednesdays today, Shanisha the Diva, good to see you, sis. I hope your Christmas was well. As we build out and get ready to work on our Get Me Through Wednesday for today. Our Get Me Through Wednesday for today. As we kind of work toward a close on this year, Auntie Gertha, good morning. So we work on a close for this year. One of the things that I'm always cognizant about, Big Brother Jay, good to see you, brother. One of the things I'm always cognizant about is I always try to take an assessment of where I am at the end of every year. 2016 has been excuse my terminology, it's been a hell of a year. We've had some highs, we've had some lows. We've lost some folks that are dear to us as far as family and friends. At the same time, we've seen celebrities that have passed on. And as I stop to take the assessment of this year, I think one of the things is that I can look back over this year and tell myself that it was a good year, even through the bad stuff. And I talked about this before in one of our other segments about pieces. You got to take pieces from everything that you experience in life, whether it's a relationship, job, whatever the case might be. We're all created with these pieces that we try to align and build into this puzzle. One of the things that I stopped doing a few years ago is that when a new year starts, I say that I'm going to make a resolution. The one thing that I've noticed about making a New Year's resolution is in the terminology that we use. And I'm somebody who's very cognizant of words and how we use them. We're saying that we are resolving ourselves to doing something in this new year. So my New Year's resolution is I'm going to the gym and I'm going to work out every day. Resolving means that a resolution means that you're resolving to do that, means that you have already completed that task without putting forth the effort. First Lady Natalie Owens, good to see you, sis. Good morning to you. You're already resolving yourself that you're going to do that. Now, when you don't complete that within the first month, because if you like me, I can go to the gym the first couple of days of January, then all of a sudden the bed starts talking to me and the sheets start feeling better, and I'm locked in. No gym today, and no gym today turns into no gym tomorrow. Next week, next month, we in June. We're in the summertime, we still haven't hit the gym. The terminology is that we've resolved ourselves to doing this. It means that we have already stated that it's done, that it's completed. Big Brother Byron Moses, I see you. But what about if we actually projected what the year is going to be for us? What about if we projected? And these 3 P's that I'm giving you this morning are not my own. I preached at a good friend of mine's church on Sunday, and this is where I got these 3 from. Typically, they say when you use it twice, that means that you own it. The first P is prophecy. Everywhere in the scriptures, we talk about prophecy. Isaiah was a prophet. Jeremiah was a prophet. Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. What about if we prophesized over 2017? All prophecy is that we speak those things as though they are. Why don't we say what we want out of the year? And I'm not trying to get you into this thing of name it and claim it, but what about if we actually prophesized over what we wanted in 2017? What about if we actually stated what we wanted? We stood on December 31st and prophesized over what we wanted. I want a better marriage. I want my children to go to school and to do well in school. Sister Lisa, my administrator, good to see you, sis. What about if we prophesize over that job? What about if we prophesize over the career? What about if we prophesize over being a mouthpiece for God and speaking those things as though they are in this world? What about if we prophesize over our government? I know that some may not have voted for Donald Trump. Some did. For me, it doesn't make a difference who's in the White House. What about if we prophesized over the state of our nation? That will stop the killing in Chicago. That will stop the killing here in Los Angeles. That will stop police from policing the way that they are policing. Prophecy. You got to speak it. Isaiah spoke about the coming of Christ before folks even knew who Jesus was. It was only through prophecy that they find out who he was. Prophesize over 2017. The other P is possibility. You've got to see the possibility in every year. You've got to see that there's possibility that is coming. Sometimes you can't see it today, but what about if we spoke about the possibilities? What about if we spoke about the possibilities of our education system changing to wherein it's not just because of your zip code that you get educated better? What about if we actually thought about the possibilities of going into the urban community and changing the course of how those children are educated? My children, your children. Think about the possibilities. The one beautiful thing that I love about young people is they know how to dream. And the thing that I dislike about us older folks is we stop dreaming. Dreams bring about possibilities. What are your possibilities? What is it that you want to see to come to pass? What is it that you want your life to be about? What is it that you see that you feel in your heart, but you've never spoke with your mouth? Those are what your possibilities that we can have in 2017. But until you speak it, they won't come to pass. Because you got to speak it so that it goes to the ear of God and he hears it resonate in his spirit. Because he's already written into your destiny. But until you call it out, you can't call it in. Prophecy, possibility. The third one is promise. I don't mean to be too religious, but I'm a religious dude, so I got to go there. God's promised you certain things. The motto in my household is everything's going to work itself out. And I say that a lot of times just to calm my spirit, because sometimes my wife and my kids, they can get agitated and frustrated when things are not going the way that they want it to go. So to calm my own spirit and to calm the waters of my house, I have to say out. Things are going to work themselves out. It's going to work out. There's a song that says everything is working for my good. You got to be intentional with that, though. You got to be intentional with knowing that God has promised you certain things. He's already written certain things into your destiny. He's just waiting for you to get it together. He's holding it together until you get it together, and it's already waiting on you, but you still haven't prophesied. You don't think about the possibilities and the promise. You got to understand that God has promised certain things to you. He wants you to have it. The promise over your life is so great, folks. If you don't get anything else out of this today, and this is the last Get Me Through Wednesday of 2016, realize that God has promised you some things, man. And when I think about it sometimes, I get emotional because I know that I know. No one else has been there like God has been there. And because he's promised me some things, I got to walk into that. Possibility, promise, prophecy. Those are the three things that I want you to get today. Prophecy, speak it. Understand that you got to talk through it. Possibilities. Don't worry about what this year has shown you. Possibilities are there for you. And God has promised you something. Leave with those 3 P's today as we walk into 2017. And I'm a truth believer. I believe in the truth. That where God is taking us, we all going to get there together. But I'm not somebody who wants to get there by myself. When God gets me to the mountaintop, I want to be able to look around and see you guys there with me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to prophesy, think about the possibilities, and lean into the promises and get there with y'all. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had a great Christmas. Get ready for 2017, because 2017 is going to be like no other. But it can only be like no other if you make it that way. God bless you. Pastor C, and I'm out.